Hello, this is Swan. Thank you for sharing so vulnerably. I don't usually respond like this, but I was stirred in the spirit to speak. Recently, I just released my first 2 testimonial memoirs. It's a part of a spiritual series that's rooted in my journey of discovering who the Most High is and who I am in Him, and the divine power that I carry as a woman in the kingdom. And I scrolled today, your message came across my screen while I was taking a break, and it deeply resonated. I knew it wasn't by accident. This very topic, marriage identity and the spiritual warfare that women face, is the foundation of the very book I'm currently writing. It is also the heartbeat of my ministry, helping women in the kingdom walk in their true identity, power, and authority as daughters of the Most High. So thank you again for your honesty. Your words planted something, and I'm grateful to respond in obedience. To the wife who's thinking of leaving from one daughter of the king to another. My sister, I saw your video, as I said, and not because I have the perfect words, but because I recognize the battle, I would like to speak to you. Because I too have wrestled with love, identity, disappointment, and the weight of covenant. So before you go, before you make the decision that shifts your lineage, let me ask you something sacred. Have you found you yet? You said you love your husband. You said he's a good man, hardworking, present, kind. But you also said you feel lost, unseen, unfulfilled. And that's the part that's not about him. That's about you. And that's where the real work begins. At 32, 3 children, and 10 years of marriage behind you, yes, you are still searching for the woman that God created you to be. And that's not failure, my sister. That's awakening. So make no mistake, divorce will not lead you to her. It will not reveal her. Because the root of what you're searching for is not in another man, another life, or another kind of love. It's in you. In God's love and your love. It's in the mirror that He's holding and calling you to face, not flee from. So again, ask yourself those deeper questions. Write them down, pray over them, discuss them with the Most High and yourself. What is a wife to me? What is a husband? And what are my expectations? And what were they when I said yes the first time? Have you ever clearly spoken those expectations to yourself, to the Most High, and to your husband? And when you say they've never been met, are you sure? Or did they go unnamed, unspoken, or unrealized? Because that sounds like what you said as well. You mentioned feeling confused that he doesn't love you for who you are, but you also say you're still learning who you are. And that's okay. That's not failure either. Most women and men don't fully know who they are until after 40. Wisdom comes with obedience. Purpose comes in waves, and identity is revealed, not invented. It takes time, and everyone's timeline is different. But again, that's not contradiction, that's conflict, and conflict is often where clarity begins. So, you mentioned struggling to write your new vows. Let me ask you again, what did you speak the first time you said I do? Even if you didn't write your own vows, you still made a promise, correct? And that promise wasn't just to your husband, it was also to the Most High. That vow was sacred, that altar you stood at, not to be undone lightly. You don't have to fake joy and you don't have to force words, but you do need to reflect. And you must pray. Be honest with yourself, transparent before your Father, our Father, open in sovereignty. Meditate, spend time aside to be with you. That's how you find her, the woman within. So make a list of what brings you joy. Speak to the Father. That's where relationship with Him begins. That's where friendship with yourself is restored. And if your husband is a good man, then surely he's a good friend. So this isn't only about what's missing. It's about what's still worth fighting for. And ask yourself those questions again. And by this time, ask with an ear to hear the solutions from the Spirit, because that's where surrender begins. Meditate on God's promises, and I'm going to share a few scriptures with you in this video. Return to His promises, His principle, because one promise is they shall not return void. Here are some scriptures again I'll leave you with to pray. You already have these in the scroll, in your word. Sleep with it, study it, keep it with you, remember it. That is the sword of the Spirit. That's how you fight the enemy, because what this is, your becoming, is a woman that is aligned with who she is and whose she is. Marriage is like womanhood, motherhood. It's all a sacred responsibility. It's a calling, a covenant that evolves through seasons. It is for better or for worse, till death do us apart. So can you ask yourself this? Can you divorce yourself? No. So remember this. Divorce is not the answer when identity is the issue. Marriage was never about perfection. It's about refinement. And that battle isn't between two people. It's between your kingdom covenant and the enemy's assignment to break it. You said you want to look back 10 years from now and said, we made it. Then plant that seed today, as in your authority as a wife in the kingdom. That is honor. Water it with obedience and let God harvest it in His time. In your obedience, in His time, meditate on that. So start here. Prayer, real, raw, unfiltered, meditation, raising yourself to your highest vibration, fasting if you must, to break the fog and align in your spirit. Seek wise counsel if needed, but your first counselor is the one who made you, because He said, I knew you before you were in your mother's womb. I knew you. He knows you. He knew you were going to be here before you did. So He already knows where you're going next. So that's the counselor you want to speak to. Your husband and yourself, you both can go as individuals and then come together as one. While you wrestle with identity and uncover your expectations, go to your Creator. Again, He is your wisest guide. Then go to your husband heart to heart, not as enemies, but as friends. Not just for your marriage, but for you, both as individuals and both as one. Not just in conversation, but in communion. And not just for communication, but for comprehension and covenant. I pray this message blesses you. Write your vows down to you. Write vows to you. And then share them. I haven't married yet in the flesh, but I'm married in the spirit. I am married to my Father until my husband is revealed. And I've been married in covenant for a very long time. And just like I can't divorce myself, I can't divorce my Father, and He can't divorce me, because another promise is, I will not ever leave nor forsake you. Because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word is good. So that's why the Most High is serious about that word and serious about that covenant. Be careful what you speak, who you speak to, who you receive words from, and who you give words to, because your word is your vow. Your word is your bond, and that is something you cannot break. You shouldn't. There's repercussions behind it, but it's not worth it. So I hope this message blesses you, and I hope the book blesses whoever it reaches, because it's a passion of mine. Marriage, love, covenant, relationship. I love it all, and I love you. God bless.